How do you, if you can't even elaborate on what the criteria would be to be convinced, then how do you know what you could potentially be looking for?
Well, if the God that we are speaking of knows everything, then he would know what would convince me and would do it, wouldn't he?
Not,
Or
no, not no, not necessarily, because that to say that is some sort of like very uh arrogant position to take, because if there's a God that does exist, then he would know that uh that there are billions of people across the earth, across the world, that already believe in him simply due to the fact that that nature exists, right? Like the natural world and all the properties that it exhibits as far as order and structure, function, love, and this type of thing. All these things is already enough evidence for people, billions of people, to believe in God. So for you to sit there and say, you know what? Nah, it's not enough for me. I need God to personally get out of his throne in heaven and show me, Travis, personally that he exists. It is an absolutely, utterly arrogant position to take.
okay.
So my point is, he wouldn't do that, right? Like God, because God already knows that all these people believe in him simply from the creation of the universe.
So you're saying that the Earth is flat, the sun and moon revolve around the firm inside the firmament, right?
Oh, yes.
But I was going to say something. Oh, so when you were saying that it is little basically pig-headed and arrogant for me to say that a god would have to get off his throne
Mhm.
to prove himself to me, isn't it also arrogant to think that I mean, practically, the whole world revolves around us?
Uh, no, because if that's
It's not.
actually no, well, let me explain.
Mhm.
The answer is no, because if it's actually the case that that is the true nature of our universe, then it's just a brute fact. That is that it is what it is. Like it's not anything about it being arrogant. If it truly is the case that the Earth is the very center of the universe, so much so where it's only the sun, moon, and stars revolving around us, and not the other way around, well then it's not an issue about arrogance. It's just a scientific issue of the truth of the cosmology.
Yeah, the cosmos revolves around us. And I know we already went over this, but I just think it is. To think that, do you think, well, since you think that the stars are lights in the firmament, would that also mean that you think we are the only ones in the universe?
That's correct. Yeah, there's light years away. All that is just a complete utter hoax. All space travel is completely fake. NASA and all other space agencies are absolute frauds. In fact, the whole point of space is Satan's biggest deception, uh, uh to hide God from humanity. That's that's what it's about.